how do you convert a prospect to a Zoom call? So it's really hard. You're reaching out, people say, yes, let's talk, and then they ghost you. It happens to all of us. So in this episode of Giant TV, I walk you through some of my best tools, tips, and strategies for converting that new prospect that you're communicating with into a Zoom call. You're gonna love this. Let's go jump in. All right, let's jump into this. Thanks for being here on Giant TV. And this is an important topic here, and it is how to get a prospect on a Zoom call, because we've all been in the situation where people go dark on us, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I want to show you here this sales funnel. This is your basic sales funnel: awareness, interest, decision, action, nurture. Where I'm focused today on this quick hit session is at the top of the sales funnel there, right around, someone becomes aware of you. They're interested because they're checking you out. Now you're going for the Zoom call. And so this is top of the funnel stuff up here that I'm focused on. Now, the typical scenario that we've all been through is ghost purgatory, is what I call it. And it's, hi, Sally, let's connect. Sure, Paul. Thanks for connecting, Sally. Open to a call. Sounds great, Paul. Fantastic, Sally. What day and time works for you? Then it's ghost city. And you never hear from somebody again. And this is a problem for all of us. So when you're reaching out with people, I look at it as many little battles within the war. And one of the battles in the war is trying to get somebody as a client. One of the battles is getting somebody on that Zoom call. And there's many hurdles along the way. Just even that really top end of the funnel of getting somebody to connect with you is a battle. But now you want to get them on a Zoom, and you never want to get them on a phone call. You want to get them on a Zoom, but people ghost all the time, and it's a bottleneck in the process. And so when I'm looking at my own sales funnel and every step of the way of trying to convert, get somebody to connect, be interested in learning more about me, getting on a Zoom call, and then moving them through, my agenda on the Zoom call and all those things, I just am hyper focused on all the tools and strategies that can help me along the way to convert every step of that funnel. And so when your prospects respond to your initial outreach, what I tell folks I'm working with is pause. Just pause and think for a minute about the best way to respond. This is a big deal, especially, I work with a lot of Vistage chairs. They're reaching out to, CEOs, C-suite executives. These people are hard to reach. They're not always so active on different channels. So when you get somebody like that to respond, you just have to be so strategic in your initial response back. And so here's what to focus on. First of all, you're reaching out, someone connects with you, and now they respond. What you want to do is you want to dig into their profile. Just stop and look at their profile. Now, I'm talking about LinkedIn here, a lot of outreach on LinkedIn, and look at their profile and look at what they really care about. People are putting their passions on their profile today, groups they're involved with, foundations they're running, all their experiences. And if you spend some time on the profile, you can really pick out things they care about. And so that's the first step, is spend a quality few minutes checking out their profile. This is what I do. And then now I say, okay, I find something in that profile that I'm going to mention in my reply. And let's say, and this is a real life example, I was reaching out to a woman, and she was had a foundation for women in leadership. I have 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy. So anything related to women or girls in leadership, I'm all over it. And so I noticed that on her profile, and she, obviously was passionate about it. So now you think about, how are you going to respond to that person? Typically, what everybody does is they just type a message back and they go for, hey, what works for you? When can you talk? And that is plain vanilla. Stand out, be different, and embrace the tools that you can use to wow somebody in your response and create a better conversion for getting them into a Zoom call. So this gets into the use of video and Calendly. Video, you have a couple of options here when someone connects with you on LinkedIn. So when they become a first level connection, you can now send that person on your mobile phone a video message. And it is an insane tool that has skyrocketed my conversions when I started using it. And so I'll go, when somebody replies, and now I'm trying to get them on a Zoom, I'll go to the mobile phone and I'll send them a video message. And LinkedIn, gives you about, I think it's 60 seconds total, or no, at 2 minutes total to leave a message. Mine are about 45 seconds long, and you send a video message on mobile. You can't do it on the desktop with the embedded LinkedIn video messaging tool. It's got to be on your cell phone, but for sure, download the LinkedIn app on your cell phone if you don't have that yet. And this doesn't take you any more time versus typing a message. So now you send the video and then you embed your calendar link. And I'm going to mention here what you say on that video. Calendly, I love. It's a calendar app. I love it because I like the way it looks and the way I show up with Calendly. It's very colorful. It pops. You can really customize that app with, it redirects to videos, thanking people for booking, and all these great things you can do with Calendly. And Calendly also integrates with LinkedIn, which I'll mention here in a minute. But so you respond now, mobile video, and what you're going to say is you're going to humanize the interaction and then make it relevant. And by that, I mean, you're going to record your video, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to thank them for connecting and say, I look forward to talking with you. And then you're going to humanize it. And this is where you've spotted something on the profile. You say something like, hey, I noticed, Kathleen, that you're involved with Women in Leadership with your foundation. I love it. I'm raising 3 girls and a boy myself. Those things stand out. I'd love to hear more about that. Boom, you've humanized that interaction. And it's just a big deal because it shows them you've looked at their profile, you've actually taken the time to check it out, and you're commenting on it. And I'm naturally curious about other people, and I am interested in those things. I can always find things I'm interested in on somebody's profile and wanting to learn more. So you point that out. That's the humanizing initially. Then you go into the relevancy of why you're reaching out. And let's say you're working with Dennis. And, Kathleen, I obviously see that you're a dentist, and I do some really great work with dentists. I have some great partnerships. I'd love to learn more about your practice and share what I do with dentists, blah, blah, blah. So now you make the connection. Why are you reaching out? What's relevant there? And then you have your call to action at the end. And you say something to the effect of, hey, I'm going to include my calendar link, and you point downwards. I'm going to include my calendar link below, and would really love a chance to learn more about you and chat with you. Look forward to it. And done. End the video. Now that takes about 45 seconds and not a long time. And then what you do is you send that video, and then right after you send that message on the mobile app, then you have Calendly on your mobile app. So they have a mobile, app you can download, get it. And then you're just copying and pasting your calendar link in the next message. So you send another message right away, just copy and paste your calendar link. And what then shows up to them is your face in their message with a play button. And then the calendar link is right below it. It looks like one message. And so it's very efficient. And and then you close that out. And it's just an incredible way to respond. Now, let me show you this. Here's the process, because I'm going to talk about something else here, is you're sending the video message. You're following the agenda I just mentioned. You're adding your calendar link. Now you're setting a reminder to follow up with that person, right? So depending on the tools you're using, you've got to set a reminder to follow up in case they don't respond. And then you want to add them to your touch point ecosystem. So the touch point ecosystem, what I mean by that is when you send this message, you know, you're filling your pipeline with people, and you're going to have a lot of people you're doing this with. How do you touch these people? How do you nurture people? Because not everybody is going to fall off and, right, and be a client right away or get on calls right away. You got to nurture as you continue to interact with them. And so think about, do you have a touch point ecosystem? Email nurture is what I'm talking about. So when you are leaving a message with a new prospect like that, get their email and make sure you get it into your distribution platform where you're nurturing with high value content, where you're guiding and teaching them along the way. This is a huge deal and a whole separate discussion about how to do this right. Then there's content tagging. So when you have content going out on LinkedIn, most people have content going on and nobody reads it, but are you tagging? So are you tagging these prospects, your hot prospects, on your content so they get alerted that they're mentioned in your content and they go check it out and they see your high level, high value piece of content that's going out. And this is the marketing of you, and they see it. And so you're nurturing them with tagging. LinkedIn groups can be effective where you can have a group and invite these prospects to be in your private group. You can kind of build that up, and then you can post content in a LinkedIn group, and you can recommend the content, meaning LinkedIn will send an alert out to anybody that's in your LinkedIn group that you've posted in the group. And so they'll get an alert, and it's another chance to stay in front of them and nurture them through LinkedIn group. There's a big strategy on how to do this and so forth. And LinkedIn Lives and LinkedIn events, these go together. If you're not doing this, you're missing out. This is huge. These are free tools we all have, and they're phenomenal. And they're a way to engage, build authority, nurture. So if you're doing LinkedIn Live events, again, teaching, guiding, nurturing with your events, and then you're inviting that person you just hung up the call with to that event. So it's a LinkedIn event invite. They're getting another way to nurture, and they see, boy, this person's doing some high level stuff here. Of course, YouTube, if you have that channel, if you're doing video marketing content, which, we all need to be doing, then your library is YouTube, and you can get people to follow you there, podcasting. And then, of course, if you have this channel, get people to follow you there. And there's strategic ways where I'm not talking about becoming a YouTube star or Joe Rogan on a podcast, but using these strategically as touch points. And then Navigator Nurture, Sales Navigator, is saving that person you just hung up with as a lead in Sales Navigator. So now Sales Navigator starts feeding you information on them and what they're doing, content they're posting, and you can engage with them proactively and give back. So these are really important tools. Now, what I want to show you on the video front is, let me go here, because there's another strategy here. Okay, so there's a great tool called BombBomb, and BombBomb is a video tool. So you've got the video follow-up on the LinkedIn mobile app. Great. I've taken my interactions to the next level. So I use a video messaging app called BombBomb. It's incredible. It integrates with LinkedIn. And here's an example right here on the screen. So what you're seeing here is when you get the BombBomb Chrome extension, this is the icon shows up when you go to send a message in LinkedIn. It's right here. Calendly also has a Chrome extension, and it shows up here in your LinkedIn messaging app. So now when you're responding to somebody on the desktop, you click on the BombBomb icon, record a video right there at your computer. And again, same strategy, use that agenda, and you can use this video in so many ways. And then you save it, and it embeds just like this in in the LinkedIn message. You can see up here, there's an animated GIF, very powerful. And then you can click on Calendly and you can insert a link and then just, send it. I'll do this, my colleague, so he knows I'm testing. So then you've got the link shows up here. Like this, Calendly link. So very powerful BombBomb using that tool on desktop to respond and following the same agenda, get them into your Touchpoint ecosystem. So the takeaway here is when you're reaching out, especially if you're whale hunting, CEOs, C-suite executives, somebody responds, take a breather, pause, and really think about how you can strategically respond to give yourself the best chance for that person to book a Zoom with you. All right. Stay tuned for more stuff like this. Thanks for being here. See you next time.